A very good morning to all the students. Hope all are fine. Welcome back again. I hope you all have enjoyed your Christmas vacations. And now we are back with our regular studies. I hope you all have received the portion that was sent to you all for the unit test exam. We have chapter number 10, 11 and 12. Today we'll be doing the revision of chapter number 10, and after that I'll be giving you all few questions. You have to solve those questions, and then later on, once I finish revising all the 3 chapters, then I'll give you all the answers for all the questions together. So let's begin with the revision now. Open your textbooks. So I hope you all have opened your textbook to page number 67. In this chapter, in the beginning only, we had done the labeling part of plant cell and animal cell. I hope you all have taken down all the labelings properly. Next, we had done the difference between plant cell and animal cell. Now on your screen, you can see the components which are mentioned. Now you all just have to say whether they are present in plant cell or absent in plant cell. Similarly, present in animal cell or absent in animal cell. So let's look at the first one, nucleus. What do you think? Is nucleus present or absent in plant and animal cell? Yes, nucleus is the most important part of the cell. It is present in plant cell as well as present in animal cell. Next one, mitochondria. It is also called as the powerhouse of the cell. It is present in plant cell as well as in animal cell. Third one, endoplasmic reticulum. Is it present in plant cell? Yes, it is present in plant cell. Also, it is present in animal cell. What about the next one, Golgi complex? It is present in plant cell as well as animal cell. Cell membrane, which is also called as plasma membrane. Is it present in plant cell? Yes, it is present in plant cell. What about animal cell? It is present in animal cell also. Next one is cell wall. Is cell wall present in plant cell? Yes, cell wall is present in plant cell. What about animal cell? Is it present in animal cell? No, it is absent. So cell wall is absent in animal cell. Next one, chloroplast. Chloroplast is present in plant cell, but it is absent in animal cell. And last one, vacuole. It is present in plant cell and also in animal cell. So I hope you all have understood all these components of the cell, whether they are present or absent. Next, we had studied the different components of the cell. So we'll just go through the important points. The first component, cell wall. We'll just look at the characteristics and functions, mostly the important points. Cell wall is found in the cells of algae, fungi and plants, and it is absent in animal cell. The structure of cell wall, it is elastic and has a strong coat around the cell membrane. It is mainly composed of carbohydrates like cellulose and pectin. The main functions of cell wall are to support the cell and to protect the cell by preventing entry of excess water in the cell. So to avoid the excess water entering into the cell, cell wall avoids doing that. Second component of the cell is the plasma membrane, or it is also called as cell membrane. The structure, it is thin, it is fragile and has a elastic covering. It separates the cell components from the outer environment. So because of the presence of cell membrane, the inside part of the cell is protected from the outside environment. It is also called as selectively permeable membrane. Now what do you mean by selectively permeable membrane? Cell membrane is a membrane which allows only certain components to pass through the membrane. Only certain substances are allowed to enter the cell. That is why it is called as selectively permeable. Next one, activities that consume cellular energy. Do you remember which were the activities that consume cellular energy? There were two activities. First one, endocytosis, and second one, exocytosis. Next, the processes that didn't consume or don't consume cellular energy. Which were the processes that do not consume any cellular energy? There were two processes. Do you remember it? Yes. First one, osmosis, and second one, diffusion. Then we had studied the different types of solutions in it. There were three types of solutions that we studied. First one, isotonic solution. What do you mean by isotonic solution? The medium inside and outside the cell has the same proportion of water. So when the proportion of water inside the cell and outside the cell is same, that means it is an isotonic solution. Second one, hypotonic solution. Now hypotonic solution means the cell has less proportion of water inside the cell compared to the outside part. And the third one, hypertonic solution. That means the proportion of water inside the cell is more compared to the outside medium. Then we had studied the definition of plasmolysis. If a plant cell or animal cell is kept in hypertonic solution means the proportion of water is more inside the cell. So if any plant cell or animal cell is kept in hypertonic solution, the water from the cell comes out of that cell by the process of exosmosis, and there is contraction of the cytoplasm that takes place. So this entire process is called as plasmolysis. Now we will be studying the third component of the cell, that is cytoplasm. It is a fluid which is present between plasma membrane and nucleus. It is a moving and a sticky substance. Most of the cell organelles are suspended in the cytoplasm. That means most of the cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the medium for cellular chemical reactions. Most of the cellular chemical reactions takes place in the cytoplasm. The part of the cytoplasm other than the organelles is called as cytosol. The function of the cytosol is to store vital substances, that is important substances like amino acids, glucose, vitamins, etc. Now we will be studying about the cell organelles. Cell organelles are the specialized subunit which has specific functions within the cell. They are also called as the organs of the cell. Each cell organelle has its own lipoprotein membrane. That means a membrane which is present around each cell organelle is made up of lipoprotein. Except nucleus and chloroplast, all other organelles can be seen only with electron microscope. That means nucleus and chloroplast can be seen with the normal microscope, that is compound microscope, but the other cell organelles can only be seen with the help of electron microscope. The first cell organelle that we had studied, nucleus. This was the diagram. Now let's look at the characteristics and functions of nucleus. Nucleus is covered with a double layered membrane, and that membrane has small pores on it. The membrane which is present around the nucleus, it is called as nuclear membrane, and the pores which are present, they are called as nuclear pores. Nucleus has one round nucleolus and a network of chromatin fibers. So inside the nucleus, there is nucleolus which is present and the network of chromatin fibers are present. The functional segments on chromosomes are called as genes. The functions of nucleus, it controls all the metabolic activities of the cell and it also helps in the cell division process. It is involved in the transmission of hereditary characters from parents to offsprings. The second cell organelle, endoplasmic reticulum, which is denoted as ER. This is a diagram. Let's look at the characteristics. Endoplasmic reticulum helps to conduct different substances inside the cell. It has a net-like structure consisting of interconnected miniature tubes and sheaths which are filled with fluid. You can see in the diagram tube-like structures which are present and sheaths, and these are filled with fluid. They are connected to nucleus from inner side and plasma membrane from the outer side. So the structure of endoplasmic reticulum is in such a way that the inside part is connected to the nucleus and the outside part is connected to the plasma membrane. Rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes granules on its outer surface. It is the framework which supports the cell. It helps in conduction of proteins. The toxins that have entered the cell through food, water or air, they are made water soluble by the help of endoplasmic reticulum and then they are removed out from the body. So these were the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Third one, Golgi complex. This is the diagram. The characteristics, it is made up of hollow and flat sacs which are placed parallel to each other, as you can see in the diagram. The sac-like structures, they are placed parallel to each other. These sacs are called as cisternae and they are filled with different enzymes. These cisternae works like packing department that packs and distributes substances. Golgi complex is a secretory organ of the cell. It helps in modification, sorting and packing materials which are synthesized in the cell. That means which are produced in the cell. Now which are those materials? It can be enzymes, mucus, proteins, pigments. So all these things are modified, then it is sorted and then packed and then sent to different parts of the cell by the use of Golgi complex. Golgi complex also helps in producing vacuoles and secretory vesicles. And it helps in the formation of cell wall, plasma membrane and lysosomes. Next cell organelle is lysosomes. This is the diagram. It has a single membrane which consists of enzymes. The characteristics, first one, lysosomes, they are simple. It has single membrane bound sacs, you can see in the diagram, and it is filled with digestive enzymes. The functions: it acts as an immune system. It is also called as a demolition squad. It is also known as suicide bags. That means when the cell becomes old or it becomes damaged, then these lysosomes burst and the enzymes digest their own cells. So that is why they are called as suicide bags. And during starvation, lysosomes digest stored proteins and fats. Next cell organelle, mitochondria. This is the diagram. It has a double membrane, inner membrane and outer membrane, and this inner membrane has folds which are called as cristae, and this cristae is filled with matrix. So let's look at the characteristics. Energy is produced in the mitochondria. There are two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. The inner membrane has folds which are called as cristae. The inner cavity is filled with proteinaceous gel-like matrix which contains ribosomes, phosphate granules and DNA. With the help of these enzymes, mitochondria oxidize carbohydrates and fats in the cell, and as a result, energy is released, and this energy is stored in the mitochondria in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Plant cells have less mitochondria compared to animal cell. The main function of mitochondria to produce energy-rich compound, that is ATP. The production or synthesis of proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, etc. is done by using energy in the form of ATP. So these were the functions of mitochondria. Next, cell organelle, vacuoles. Now there is no fixed diagram for vacuole. The shape of the vacuole changes according to the need. They are called as the storage sacs for solids or liquid contents. There is no typical shape or size for vacuoles. The structure of the vacuole changes according to the need of the cell. So it can become smaller or it can be larger. Vacuole has a single membrane. The function is to maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell. It helps to store metabolic byproducts and end products. In animal cell, they store waste products and food, while in amoeba, it stores food before digestion. In plant cell, vacuoles are full of cell sap and it provides turgidity or rigidity to them. So these were the characteristics and functions of vacuoles. Next is plastids. The organelle which gives color is present only in plant cells and that is called as plastids. So plastids are present in plant cell and absent in animal cell. It helps to give different colors to the parts of the plants. Plastids have double membrane and are of two types. First one, leucoplast, which are white or colorless plastids, and second one, chromoplast, which are colored plastids. I hope you all remember this table. These were the different colors of the plants and the pigment that were present. Green color is because of the pigment chlorophyll. Orange color is because of carotene. Yellow color is because of xanthophyll. Purple or blue color is because of anthocyanin. Dark pink or reddish color is because of the betalins. Next, chloroplast. The diagram of chloroplast. Chloroplasts are important for the photosynthesis process. The pigment chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast and it helps in the process of photosynthesis. The chlorophyll that is present, it helps to trap the solar energy, and that solar energy is converted to chemical energy by chlorophyll. Stroma in the chloroplast contains enzymes, DNA, ribosomes and carbohydrates which are necessary for photosynthesis. Chromoplast gives different colors to flowers and fruits. Leucoplasts are involved in the synthesis and storage of food like starch, oils and proteins. Mitochondria and plastids can produce proteins as well as replicate themselves as they have their own DNA and ribosomes. So because of the presence of the DNA, mitochondria and plastids can replicate themselves. And this was the last table that we had studied, the difference between eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. I hope you all remember the difference. The size, the number of chromosomes, presence of nuclear membrane, presence of mitochondria and the examples. The main difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell is that prokaryotic cell does not have any membrane bound cell organelles, whereas eukaryotic cell has membrane bound cell organelles. So I hope you all have understood the entire chapter. Now I'll be giving you all 15 questions, objective questions for revision based on this chapter. Close your textbook, take a file sheet paper or your notes and write down all the questions that you will see on the screen. Write the question and the correct answer. As I told you in the beginning, once I finish with all the revision, the answers I'll be sending you all in the PDF section, that is your assignment section. You don't have to copy it. Try to write the answers on your own. So let's start. I hope you all are ready with your file sheet paper now. You can pause the video in between and copy down the question. First one, identify the diagram. Now you can see the diagram. There are 4 options given: lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria and Golgi apparatus. So which diagram is that? So first you will write the question, identify the diagram, and below that whatever is the answer, that you will be writing it. Second question, the organelle that functions to package and deliver proteins is dash. So which organelle helps in packaging and delivering of proteins? First option, lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria or Golgi apparatus. Whichever is the correct answer, that you will be writing it. Third one, cell organelles are located within the dash of the cell. First option, nucleus. Second, cytoplasm. Third, cell membrane. And fourth, lysosome. Fourth one, dash helps in the formation of cell wall, cell membrane and lysosome. So which is that cell organelle which helps in the formation of cell wall, cell membrane and lysosome? Nucleus, mitochondria, vacuoles or Golgi complex. So you have to write the correct answer. We move to the next one. Fifth one, genetic material is contained within the dash of the cell. Now where is the genetic material contained? In which part of the cell? Is it ribosomes, cytoplasm, nucleus or nucleolus? Sixth one, dash is responsible for destroying worn out cell parts. That means the part of the cell that is damaged. Which cell organelle does the work of destroying it? Lysosome, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, or ribosomes. Seventh, dash controls what enters and leaves the cell. So, which organelle is responsible to control what should enter or leave the cell? Is it mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, nucleus, or cell membrane? So, write the correct answer. Eighth one, the rough endoplasmic reticulum has dash located on it. A. Lysosomes, B. Cytosol, C. Ribosomes, or D. Proteins. Ninth one, name the organelle that protects and supports the cell and it is only found in plants. So which is that organelle which gives support to the cell, protects the cell, and it is only found in plant cell? That means it is absent in animal cell. Which is that? A. Cell wall, B. Nucleus, C. Cell membrane, or D. Cytoskeleton. 10th one, eukaryotes does not have membrane bound nucleus. You just have to write whether it is true or false. 11th one, name the organelle that is the brain of the cell, has DNA and controls all the activities in the cell. A. Cytoplasm, B. Nucleus, C. Nucleolus, or D. Cell wall. 12. What is the part of cytoplasm other than organelles called as? A. Cytosol, B. Lysosome, C. Ribosome, or D. Vacuole. 13th. Name the organelle that stores water, food, and waste products. Vacuole, chloroplast, Golgi complex, or mitochondria. 14th one, dash in chloroplast traps solar energy and converts it into chemical energy. A. Carotene, B. Lycopene, C. Chlorophyll, or D. Anthocyanin. And last one, 15th one, dash is said to be selectively permeable membrane. First, nuclear membrane, B. Cell wall, C. Cell membrane, or D. Nucleus. So I hope you all have understood all the 15 questions. Write down each question and the answer below it. When I send you all the answers, you just have to check out of 15 how much marks you score. If you think you have scored less marks, that means you need to study hard. So in the next video, we'll be continuing with the revision of the next chapter. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.